Welcome to Ain't Scared Garage. Them shiny wheels, get new tires, and get on your truck. Stand by. Today we're gonna bust, unmount, and mount some tires. Are we gonna use this? No. We're gonna use this. That's right. Got a floor jack, regular hand tools, got a tire, of course, you know, and we're using a ratchet strap. It came off Strappy. Of course. Those Strappy's been good for those ratchet straps. That's why I've kept them around. I can't bring myself to throw them away because we're not just crazy. So the first thing we gotta do, we've gotta bust this tire. So I'm gonna start by grabbing a pair of pliers and getting rid of this valve stem because we're gonna put new valve stems on it. Just gonna pull that sucker out of there like that. It's all dry rotted, it just broke right off. And the rest of it can go down in there. The rest of it I may have to cut off to go down in there. Yep, because it's not wanting to come out. But it's enough that we can bust the tire, so we'll get that done. All right, first thing I'm gonna do, turn this straight like that. We're gonna put the tire up on here. What I want to do is pull this all the way up to the rim, and we're gonna put it on the rim like that. See, it's not actually on the rim. It's right at the edge. We don't want it on the rim. We want it on the tire, but just at the rim, so that when we jack it up, it'll push the tire up and bust it. These are actually going here. Trick's gonna be, I'm gonna go through those holes, so we're gonna have to do this a little differently than what I've seen it done, but I think it'll still work. Work or not, we'll find out. Bust it. I'm gonna have to do the same thing on this side. Yeah. So now we start the process all over. Yep. All gone. There's just some more. I don't think I'm on the rim, but it looks like I am. On the rim. Not on the rim. Maybe not as far in as I'd like to be, but it'll still work. I'm gonna have the good light so y'all can see it. There it is. Huh? Before I do anything else, I'm going to get my canopy before I die heat stroke. Link on this. So I want it to go into the middle. Do this here. that up over. Get that up here. I'm gonna spare you all the carnage here. I worked for hours and hours and hours, and it was hot. And several trips off to the store to get tools and trying something else, I finally did get the tire off the rim, but I damaged the rim in the process, and I got myself quite upset. So we're just going to skip from that and go right to mounting tires. All right, you remember this actually was the other one that I did the cleanup on, but I had to do this one too. I tore this thing up trying to get that stupid thing off, that tire off. So if you've got a huge 31.5 that is very old, and so it's very dry and the rubber doesn't stretch, once you take it in, have it done. I'm always going to just let somebody else take the tires off for me. However, putting new tires on isn't difficult at all. Well, the first thing I had to do though was I had to clean this thing up. I'd take the file all the way around this and here, because that scratches. This right here, this is where it seals and this is where it seals. So I cleaned this whole thing up so it's beautiful now. It'll seal up just fine. There's no scratches in it. You always want to put new valve stems in. Now, these caps here, because these are Ford. I saw some on sale in the marketplace that said American Racing. That ain't American Racing. They're these, but they're 14s. And this guy is going to go on here like this, just like that. That'll look good when it's done. Now I use a little grease. He said red and tacky grease from Lucas. For my rubber parts, I know some people would say it's a bad idea. No, I just do. I think it helps it seal up better and definitely helps it mount easier. These chrome caps, a lot of people don't know how these work. Okay, if you just take the cap off it there, see the cap there, take the cap off it, and then the chrome part will come right off like that. Now I can put this on. If I use a pair of pliers on it and I mess up this rubber and stuff, doesn't matter, it's going to be covered up because this will go back on there, and then the cap is going to go on, and the cap will keep that from coming off. So let's put a valve seal in, valve stem in, and I got to get a pair of pliers. You don't need anything special. A pair of pliers, needle nose pliers, whatever kind of pliers you got. There is a tool that you can get, and it basically screws on the end here, just a little handle, and you pull it up in there, but you don't need it. Pop it right in there. A little greased up. Grab the pliers. Pull it different ways. While I'm pulling, I'm also pushing on the other side. I need it to pop in all the way. There it is. There it was. Actually, these pliers may not be enough. There they go. Yep. And now it's in. It just pops in just like that. And that's sealed. You can take the stem out. I'm not going to. But it's okay. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is prep my tire. Make sure you got nothing inside of it. No water, no nothing. There's nothing in there. And so I use a little grease, and maybe if you tell me it's wrong, okay, it's wrong. It's just what I do. Like I said, don't ever just trust what I say. What do they say? Trust but verify? I don't know. Yep. Works for me. I do believe that it'll help it seal too. Definitely helps it go on the rim. Same thing on the back side here. Well, make sure you get this whole lip here because you need this thing to slide down on it. There's the new rubber, so it stretches the way it's supposed to. Not old rubber like that old tire that I fought me and definitely kicked my butt. That tire kicked my butt big time. Alright, so alright, we're pretty much greased all the way around there. Just like that. The thing to remember is you might have white wall or white letter tires. I like the white letter tires, but if you want black walls, remember to put the black walls out. Whether you got white walls or white letters, they'll be on one side. The other side will be black. They're nice, but I purposely bought white letters because I like white letters. You know I'm an old school kind of guy. Take it rim, bring it over here. I'm just put the tire there. Close this crease up. And I'm gonna push it down here like this. There. And that goes on some. Won't cooperate a whole lot, so just gonna bring it there like that, around, back, stretch it a little bit. Mind you, I don't have anything to hold this thing in one place. Here. There we go. I was trying to go too far before at once. Like that. A little bit further. There. That. And that's one side. Yeah. Do the other same way. Tire down in here. Make sure this part goes down to the rim. Because you don't get this part down under the slip, you're not going to get the tire on, period. Should be it right here. Yep. Tires on. Just like that. It's a whole lot easier if you have a decent tire. Now, what we do, I'm going to pull it up on the bottom so that the seal's on the bottom. This one's wide enough. Yeah. If you have a tire that's not wide enough for your rim, filling it's going to be difficult. You're really going to need to get an air chuck that'll lock onto that and stay on it. Put your air on so you can work with it. Mine doesn't stay on it, but it's not a big deal. since it's pretty much sealed up all the way around. Oh. Get on there. And watch. There's a slip. Not a pop. It's just a slip. Yep. That's one. That's two. She's on the rim. Now it's just a matter of putting some air in it. Sure it's got what it needs. And we put the chrome valve stem cover on, put the cap on, and it's beautiful. This is what happens when you don't use Antiseize. The lug nuts rust onto the studs, and then you can't even get them off an impact hammer. So what I do is I take an impact socket and I put it on the lug, and I pound on it with a big ass hammer, and then that knocks the rust loose and jars it in between a little bit. Then you put the impact socket on and you should be able to get them to come right off at that point. But yeah, you got a bead on it. I wouldn't want to do it with aluminum rim on there. You miss, and you done messed up a rim. So the brakes actually look good. I'm going to get some brake clean here and clean them all up. Actually, the springs, as I clean it up, I can see the colors on the springs. So those springs were replaced at one time. So I'm sure it wasn't that long ago just had a brake job done on it. They got about half life left on them. Not really concerned about it. Just clean them up here, make it look good. Get a little bit right there. Brake job done. There's my Antiseize. We're going to put this on here. That way, we'll be able to get the bolts off next time. And now we return to our regularly scheduled program. And with that, Strappy goes from this to this. I don't know about you, but I'm liking them wheels and tires. think they look great on the truck, and I'm real happy with them. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We'll see you next time.